outside.
Yes.
So give me a minute. Let me catch my breath. So what were we talking about? I think
Self-care.
we're talking about self-care. Yeah. So I was talking about how there's a lot of conversation going on around self-care. However, I see people just talking about it as like there is something to do as self-care. Yeah, whilst it's okay that your self-care can be on your emotional, physical, mental, relational well-being and all of that, it's important that as you're doing self-care in an authentic way, it is you leaning inwards per time to ask yourself, what do I need right now? So your self-care, it's as time sensitive as it is need sensitive. So for example, I could be in a moment and then what I just need is a chat with a good friend, with a friend I can be vulnerable with. That is self-care. It doesn't necessarily mean that we could go to the spa or do any of those physical, material things. It could just be that I just need a conversation. Then, of course, some other time maybe, what I need is just to pamper myself. That is fine as well. So I'm trying to say that self-care, it's you listening to yourself, being intuitive to know what you need per time and giving yourself that. That is you showing self-care to you. And so, self-care could also be like, I posted something recently and I was saying that to hurt and to get overwhelmed is human. To heal is self-care. So some of us, what is preventing us from living authentically, it's because we have been hurt in the past. Something has happened in our lifetime. Oh, there's this beautiful peacock passing by. Oh shit, it's coming towards me. Oh no. Don't do that, don't do that. Okay. So living in pain could also, yes, it's normal. Somebody may have hurt you, things may have happened to you, but self-care is you saying to yourself, I choose to heal from this.
Yes.
I no longer want this to control me. You've been following the series I've been doing recently on happiness killers.
Yes.
Those happiness killers are things that can prevent you from living authentically.
Yes.
So what are happiness killers? Happiness killers is living in pain. Like I say, life is not playing ball with us. Life is not folding his arms and waiting, let Dinma have all of her heart desires. No. Even though we desire to be happy, even though we desire to have all of the good things of life, life will keep happening. That's why I say that happiness is not only found in the pleasantness of life.
Yeah.
Happiness is also found in the unpleasantness of life if you know how to thrive through it. And by thriving through it is if you're authentic. Remember, we say being authentic is a daily practice of letting go of what you think you are supposed to be, what you think you are supposed to have, and embracing what you have. So for that person who is living in pain, it wasn't your fault that somebody hurt you, either as a child or either right now in your adult life. But it's your decision to say, no, this pain is no longer going to control my life. That is authenticity. And then being authentic is saying, I have tried all of these methods, I have tried all of these measures to help myself rise above this pain, to help myself rise above this pressure, to help myself rise above these limitations that people may have placed on me or circumstances may have placed on me. And I have not successfully done that. Being authentic is you being truthful to yourself and say, hey, I need to get help, because healing is self-care. Okay,
Yes.
so I just wanted to
I like that one.
point that.
Healing. Yeah, healing is
Yeah,
self-care.
healing
I
is
really like
self-care.
that.
Yeah, even choosing how to live with pressure. I've spoken with more during the coronavirus, when we're most hit with coronavirus last year. For my records, I had consultation calls with over 70 women all through the period. And one thing was consistent. Either most of those women were unhappy. Perhaps the trigger in their lives for some was their marriage. For some was the sense of failure they felt because, they were not raising their children the way they wanted to. For some were dealing with one loss or the other, either a loss of a child, a loss of a spouse, or loss of job. For some of them was in the daily living, like being overwhelmed with juggling life, juggling family, juggling career, and all of that.
Yeah.
And I say to them, the pressures will not go away. You can't pray out the pressures because you're in life. So long as we're in life, we will keep struggling. However, to live authentically is to learn how to navigate these challenges. Whilst the challenges may never go away, there's a difference between living in pressure and living with pressure. When you live in pressure, the pressure overwhelms you, the pressure consumes you. You are literally always on edge. Like you just want to stop and pause and take in some breath because there's a lot that is happening. But when you are living with pressure, it's a little bit different because this time around you have the skills to navigate the emotions coming up for you. You have the skills to struggle through in life, and then you have the skills to maintain your well-being even in that moment. So that is what I wanted to say about the difference between living in pressure and living with pressure. So if we're still talking about living authentically, I want to begin to bring the relationship between living authentically and mindfulness. So I don't know, do you have any questions for me, or would you rather I continue?
Yeah, I just wanted to, yeah. So the thing about so where does the preconception comes from, of people thinking that, you know, it's happiness is a destination. You know, I, I need to have this in order to get closer to happiness, rather than actually making the choice every day to be happy. I listen to,
Oh,
you know, I listen to conversations, and I tend to get grasps the understanding that sometimes people think it's a destination. So until they get to the destination, they don't feel like they can be fully happy.
oh, it's interesting because part of it, you say, where does that misconception come from? The misconception could have started from our socialization, you know, how we were raised, how we're conditioned, what the feed forward we've taken from our experiences in life, and what we consider based on our frame of reference, what happiness is. But it's even interesting that there is ongoing research and studies that shows that even when you get to the destination, let's say, for example, you say, oh, I'm going to be happy when I get married, there is something called the hedonic factor. So what does it mean? That when we get to whatever destination we want to get to, either money, marriage, or whatever you place as the destination that if you get to will make you happy, studies have shown that its ability to sustain your happiness is short-lived.
Mm,
So whilst it may momentarily boost your happiness, it cannot sustain the happiness because as human beings, we are homo prospectus. What does that mean? We are wired to want to achieve. We are wired to want more. So even if I say, oh, if I get married, I'll be happy. When I get married, I will move the bar. You know, I'll move the bar. If you take it from maybe Maslow's hierarchy of needs, when at the lowest rung of the table of the ladder, we have the basic human needs of food, shelter. Then you move it to love, you move it. So if I enjoy a happy marriage, for example, I will start craving for something higher than that. So it takes me to crave for self-actualization. So that means that no matter what you achieve, it can sustain your happiness. So rather than being fixated on getting to a destination to be happy, it's about enjoying the process.
mm,
Because happiness is in the journey. And that's where mindfulness comes in. Because we are fixated in getting to a destination, we don't stop to smell the coffee. We don't stop to notice the goodness in the moment. We don't stop to savor the tiny little blessings that come our way even as we are making the journey. So, in being authentic, mindfulness, I say mindfulness is the engine that drives authenticity. Because how do I mean? What is mindfulness really? If we look at it, because probably the concept of mindfulness came more from us from the Eastern traditions. So people already have this image of mindfulness, of the yoga, of the yogi sitting in a yoga position, your
Yeah.
hand in lotus pose, and you're staring into the forest and all of that. Yeah, that is mindfulness meditation. But mindfulness is more than that. Mindfulness is an active, positive way of being present in the moment. I'm giving you a simplified definition. Active, you have to be active. You have to be positive, because some of us could be actively present in the moment, but we're all just fixated on the negative things. We're just thinking of what is not working. We're thinking of, we're beating ourselves up. Instead of being curious, we're being judgmental. So mindfulness is you being actively, positively present in the moment.
Present.
Because what it does for you, remember, I keep taking us back to what authenticity means. Living authentic.
Yes.
Being a daily practice of letting go of who you think you should be and embracing who you are. And it's only mindfulness that can help you do that. Because it is when you are actively present in the moment that you can notice that's who you are right now. So let's make it practical.
Yeah.
So say, for example, let me put the ball in your court. Give me a typical challenge a woman could be having that she needs to be stay mindful in so that she can live authentically. So we can use that as a case study.
So a woman who's trying to juggle
Okay.
home life and trying to have a career at the same time.
Oh, that is an amazing example, because we've been socialized to make women who are thriving to build family, to build a career. There is this underlying guilt that society throws at them. Like, say, oh, face your family, a woman's place is in the family, you should build your, why are you so fixated on career and all of that? Before I came on live, I was watching I would say a crime channel with my husband, and it was the story of this young girl who, after she left school, she went into college. Immediately she got into college, she met this young guy, and they started dating, and they stayed dated all through college. Now, while she was in her first year in college, she fell in love with social work, and so she started dreaming of, engaging herself in social work. And the young guy started to get a degree in law. And right about when they were finishing their college education, she started talking of relocating from the city where they were to a bigger city where she felt there would be more opportunities for her to, practice what she wanted to practice. And the guy got offended that, oh, why does she want to leave to a bigger city? He thought they were going to build a life together here while he's pursuing his law degree. He never asked her, like, what she wanted to do. So that is a real challenge that women have these days, when if you want to pursue career, you're made to feel guilty that your priorities are misplaced when you should be focusing on family. I like to tell people that values are individualistic. There is no, this is the value for a woman. My values are as different from yours as our fingerprints are different. So if a woman feels that, oh, I am so career driven and that is what is most important to her, we have no right to tell her that family should be more important to her, because she's not us. Because what is important is, remember, authenticity.
Authenticity.
What rocks your boat? What makes you come alive? What makes you feel juiced up? Maybe it's when she's in the boardroom that she feels like a god. And she has the right to feel that. I could be feeling like a god in my kitchen. That is my authentic place. But that does not mean that the kitchen is the authentic place for every woman. So for that woman who is trying to juggle life and juggle career, to live authentic, it's for her to stay mindful. So I'm going to just run us through some of the things she needs to do in embracing mindfulness. Remember, I said that mindfulness is how we stay authentic.
Yes.
And so I'll just quickly run us through that. So how does she have to stay mindful to be able to juggle all of this? First of all is that she wants to notice what is happening in and around her. Remember, I said mindfulness is a state of active, positive attention to what is happening in the present.
Yeah.
That means, yeah. So she has to be noticing what is happening around her and in her. That's the first step. So by noticing what is happening around her, is her knowing, how do I feel with what is happening? What is happening around me? Am I feeling connected with myself? Am I feeling disconnected with the work? Am I feeling connected with my family and all of that? Then secondly, she wants to be able to name what she's noticing. In emotional intelligence, we say that for you to be able to navigate any emotion, you should be able to name it. So you name it to tame it. But I've noticed that maybe based on socialization or people's openness to learning, a lot of people are not rich in their vocabulary of feeling words. They're having a conversation with a woman or anybody for that matter, but because we're focusing on women, that's why I'm using the woman. And you're saying, oh, how do you feel today? Good. What happened today? Fine. Like, we can't extray our emotions. You're not able to even say, for example, we're looking at the filter of anger. She doesn't know whether she's feeling rage, she's feeling angry, feeling agitated. When you're talking about happiness, are you feeling thrilled? Are you feeling happy? Are you feeling joyful? Are you feeling ecstatic? All of those are feeling words. And if you're not able to really nip in the bud how you're feeling, you won't be able to juggle all of the things that are on your plate at that time, because you don't have a basics of where to start from. Okay, so part of this is all what we will be delving more in at the Get Your Power Back project, where I'm working with 10 women to learn the dynamics of healing, the dynamics of resilience, and the dynamics of authenticity. Because it's important that for you to be able to navigate the challenges of life, you must be able to name how you're feeling, because that takes you to the next step. If you're able to name how you're feeling in a given day, for example, that lady who is juggling through all of those challenges, is she feeling agitated? Is she feeling excited? Is she feeling drained? Is she feeling curious? Is she feeling numb? So there are a million and one, not a million and one, that was an exaggeration. There are a lot of feeling words to describe how you feel. And so for that woman who wants to grow her emotional literacy, you could go on Google, you will find emotion wheel, feeling, where you can, you paste it on your board, paste it around yourself, and familiarize yourself with feeling words so that you are able to really express to yourself how you're feeling, because that's a step in staying mindful. So the next thing you do after, so the first thing we said is noticing what is happening in her and around her, naming the emotions, and the third thing will be, so now that you've named the emotion, observe where you are feeling the emotion and the sensations that you're feeling. It is a crucial step in being mindful. The easiest thing we do is to push aside the feelings, either to pretend that it's not there or to pray it away. Like somebody is grieving and you say, oh, God forbid, oh, I reject that, I jump and pass. No, you can't. You have to embrace all of the emotions that life gives you without judging yourself, but yet not being overly identified with it. But it's in embracing it that you can tap the message in it. Every emotion we feel is a data. Every emotion is a message. I don't want to begin to go into how emotions are secreted, because it is your body trying to tell you something. But if you push away the emotion, you can't get the message. Take, for example, somebody that feels anger. What is the message that anger could be teaching us? Anger is your body trying to tell you that somebody has violated something that you hold dear. That's why you get angry. And so if you want to push it away, you can't get the message that the anger came bearing. So so the next thing is where am I feeling this? Is it in my head? Is it for me? What sensation is it giving for me? Then it takes you to now saying, if this feeling is a friend, because every emotion we feel is a friend. It's a friend bearing a gift to us. So if this feeling is a friend, what message does it have for me? And that is where we make the connection to authenticity. Because if you are able to feel that feeling and name what the feeling is saying to you, there's something we'll call in CBT the ABC relationship. And I don't want to sound technical, so I'm trying to keep it simple. But we will be doing more of that in the 30 days engagement. But I'll just hint on what it means. There is something that aggravates that woman or that person living in pain. It's called the activating event. So the activating event could be anything that triggers all of those negative thoughts and emotions in you. But beneath the activating event, there is something fundamental you believe about yourself that makes you respond to that event the way you responded to it. So take my story when I was younger, that I said I got triggered internally, even though I didn't express it to my siblings, whenever they called me spotty because of the spots on my body, right?
Yes.
It wasn't the words. The words they spoke is powerless. What made me feel bad was the meaning I had given to what it meant to be called spotty. So for me, once I hear the word spotty, it reaffirms that belief I have of myself that I was ugly. It reaffirmed that belief I had of myself that I was not as good looking as my siblings. And so because I was not good looking, I was not good enough. Irrespective of the fact that I was a high flyer academically, but I didn't equate that I was good enough because I had internalized that my value was on the flawlessness of my skin. So for that woman who is juggling through life situations, it's not necessarily the overwhelm of the activities. It's not necessarily her not being able to get her children to memorize what she wanted them to learn, or her not delivering her work in the office in due time. It is what she believes of herself because that reaffirms for her. So if such a woman is going to be authentic, she must then know how to find out the beliefs, know how to question the belief she has of herself, whether it is serving her or not serving her, and if it's serving her, to keep it, but if it's not serving her, to change it. So those are part of the processes we will do at Get Your Power Back project, because time will not permit us to go into that. Because every situation that we face, even the feelings that we are naming, is just a tip of the iceberg. Beneath the iceberg is the beliefs. So until you know in real time how to question the beliefs you have about yourself that the activities or situations in life bring up for you, you will not be able to live authentically. Because it's your belief that will now lead to your actions or inactions. So if I believe that I'm not good enough, why try? If I believe I'm not good enough, why bother? If I believe I'm a failure, then I internalize it. And that continues the cycle of the self-fulfilling prophecy, because your beliefs will affect your behaviors, and your behavior will give you the results that you are getting. Okay? So I dare say that every result we have now in any sphere of our life is a result of the beliefs we have about ourselves in that area of our lives. Not necessarily what the human beings in our lives are doing to us. It is a direct function of the beliefs we hold about ourselves in that area. So if you're going to look at, so I challenge every woman who is watching, every woman who will watch the replay, pick one area of your life where you are least satisfied in. In the Architecture of Intentional Happiness framework, I teach about the 12 dimensions of life that makes for a wholesome life. Because I believe that through my work and research, there are about 12 dimensions of life. Okay? So for that woman, which area of your life gives you the least satisfaction? I'll ask you to do a little intervention about that. Think of what you believe about yourself two ways I want you to look at that belief. So, for example, the area in my life that I'm least satisfied in, I take, for example, let me say my career, for example. Another woman could be a relationship, another could be a health, or whatever dimension of life that any woman chooses to focus on. Now, I want you to look at your beliefs in that area in two categories. Your belief in that area about yourself, and your belief in that area about your capabilities. And I will explain. The first one being your belief about yourself in that area is, what do you believe about yourself in that area? So if I'm looking at career, do I believe that I am worthy of a person who can build a 9-figure income career? Do I believe that I'm a person who can build a career that can transform a 10 million lives in 5 years? Whatever angle you want to look at it. The second belief is, what do I believe about my capabilities in that area? So do I believe that I have what it takes to build that kind of career? So if you do this exercise honestly, you are without, remember I said in mindfulness we're not judging. We want to
Yeah.
first of all do the exercise with curiosity, no judgment. So whatever you believe, just list it out. Get a sheet of paper, get your journal, list out all you believe about yourself in that area of life. After you finish listing it out, take take a pause, as in step backwards and look at each of those beliefs and ask yourself, is this belief serving me, or is this belief not serving me? You would, by just on your own, you will be able to see, oh, the beliefs that have been giving you the results you already have in that area. And so for those women who want to go a deeper dive, then at the Get Your Power Back project, I will be teaching them how to not only question the beliefs, but how to replace the belief and act on their new belief so that they can get the results they desire in that area of their life.
Fantastic. Yeah, and I want you to really maybe talk a lot more about the program, and and also how, women obviously can contact you if they want to work one to one with you. And I think one thing that you said that I wanted to kind of highlight, which
Okay.
is very, I found profound, was, you see your feeling as a friend that is here to give you a message. And sometimes you have that internal voice
Yeah.
that is continuously going on and on and on, and you're trying to drown it out with everything. And sometimes people resort to alcohol, they resort to different things of trying to drown that voice, trying to drown that voice instead of actually saying, what is it trying to say to me? And allow it to come up, but not attach yourself to it per se, which I think is very important. And sometimes I think is a little bit tricky sometimes because people don't know how to kind of get that right.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear you clearly, and I hear you clearly because not only do I experience that, everybody experiences the mind chatter. No matter how experienced you are in living authentically, you will have mind chatter. The beauty for me is, and what fills me with gratitude, is the self-efficacy. And what do I mean by that? The knowing that I have the tools and intervention to question, to speak back to those mind chatter and negative thoughts, and to redirect them for my own authentic living. So if you go on my Instagram page, there is this testimonial of one of the ladies who attended the Get Your Power Back project in November. And she says that is the best intervention she learned there. Being able to speak to the mind chatter in real time. So in positive psychology, we call that real-time resilience. In the moment, in the real time, when those mind chatters come, when those automatic negative thoughts fill your head, how do you question them and replace them in the moment to get first instant relief and then to show up authentically? That's a skill. And all of those skills are learnable. That's the beauty of it. And they are simple. adaptable, and practical things. That's why when I'm talking about get your power back, I say to the women who are interested or who are curious about it, that get your power back is 100% money back guaranteed. Like, it's not a fluke. And I've said to a woman who contacted me, and she was saying, oh, it's expensive. I said, no, it's not expensive. You're going to be getting a 30-day support to integrate these skills into your life for 100,000. I think that is the cheapest, and I dare say that's the cheapest. I might be running it, because maybe next time I'll move it on to 250 so that we can really sieve out the people who need the skills.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm interested in empowering women with these skills, because it's important that you know what to do in real time. The pressure is much that if you do not know what to do or how to handle it, you will be swept over by it. So what is the Get Your Power Back project? Somebody might be asking. It's a 30-day immersive experience. And what I'll be doing with the ladies in the 30 days is that I will be having a workshop with them, a weekly workshop. And then in the workshop, we're going to be learning the dynamics of healing, where I'll support them to let go of the pain they might be feeling, either pain due to adverse childhood experiences or emotional experiences they are having now as an adult, learning the dynamics of healing. And not just to heal in the moment, to have the tools in your hand. Because trust me, the fact that you heal and find closure does not mean that the pain will not revisit you sometime later. So give an example of somebody who lost a dear one, and you grieve through the grieving process, and you have reintegrated yourself back to life. The pain will resurface once or twice, sometimes in your life. What do you do in that moment to keep you in in a healed state? That is what it is that they will be learning. Not only to heal, but to have the tools. Yes. Then the second thing we'll be learning is also the dynamics of resilience. And that is like, for me, I don't want to say that is the highlight of the project, because it gives you the skill to be present in the moment. It gives you the skill to deal with pressure without the pressure swallowing you up. So resilience could be, research has shown that resilience is about 30 to 50% inherited. However, resilience can be learned. And Chris Peterson's definition of resilience makes me glad. He says, resilience is not about bouncing back, because people think, oh, resilience is when I bounce back. No, resilience is how your way of being, even in the struggle. So for women who are juggling life, juggling career, juggling family, you are not going to get resilient when you retire so that you can bounce back. No, resilience is how you are going to be even through that juggling of those parts of your life without losing your authenticity. Lastly, we will be looking at the dynamics of authenticity, which is how you can be your happy self. I like to say to people that after Get Your Power Back, you will get your mojo back to enjoy your kind of happiness. Because one of the things that eats us up is that we want to follow the Joneses. We want to do what everybody is doing. And then you are losing yourself, but you are not happy deep inside. But at Get Your Power Back, there are some assessments we will do that helps you to find your best fit. What makes me happy? And how can I integrate it into my life? We're going to also look at the peak moment experiences. Where have you found yourself in the flow? What excites you? What energizes you? What engages you? And then during the 30 days, I will coach you on how to integrate that into your lifestyle so that it becomes your lifestyle. So basically, that's what we'll be doing. And I am each project, I admit only 10 women. And so the 10 of us will be in a closed virtual hub where we're giving ourselves daily compassionate support and group coaching every day throughout the 30 days. So not only will we be doing the workshops weekly, we'll be in that hub for 30 days. And every day in the morning and in the night, I will drop something in the group that will help them integrate the skills they are learning. And of course, research has shown that the greatest contributor to well-being and happiness is community. So they have a community of 10 women who will be supporting one another and cheering themselves to healing and enjoying their authentic life. So I think any woman whose heart is yearning for more, any woman who is sick and tired of being in pain and being consistently overwhelmed, should take a go at this. Click on the link in my bio and get their slot. We're starting up from March 1st. So the project will run from March 1st to March the 31st.
Oh, wow. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Thank
You're
you so
welcome.
much. So much. It is an honor. You know, I've watched a lot of things that you've done. Your work speaks for itself. And I'm just encouraging every woman watching, those we're going to watch after, on the different platforms, on Twitter, LinkedIn, on, you know, on the different platform, that you should follow Dinma, and also sign up. There's only 10 spaces, so that's going to really, it's going to be snapped up just like that. You need to kind of go in there and sign up. And if you want to work with her, she also works on a one-to-one basis.
Yeah.
This is a masterclass. I've written so many notes down. I'm like, oh my goodness, I need to go back and, you know, revisit some of the things I've written down. So I really appreciate you. I really respect you as well. And I just want to put that out there as well for the work that you do. Thank you so much for doing
It's
that. So
likely.
yeah, so
And thank you for reminding them. Yeah, even for the woman who is, oh, I don't want to do a group project. I want to get my power back, but I want to do it on a one-on-one. I want to do it for myself and alone. There is an opportunity for a one-on-one coaching. So if you go to my bio, you can click on the link and book a free consultation call with me so that we can talk about it and I can share with you how I would support you. So it's not necessarily that you have to join the project. However, if you want a community feel, then you can join the project. But if you say no, I'm kind of authentic like that to want to do my own on my own, then there's an opportunity for you to be coached by me. Just know that it's definitely going to cost you much more than 100,000.
fantastic. Thank you very much. I better just leave you to go and enjoy the rest of your retreat. Thank you so much, Dima. I'll
You're
inbox
welcome.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Thank you, everybody that joined in. I'm going to post this live, trying to edit some of it and post it in. Thank you very much. Bye bye, everyone. Thank you for joining in. Bye.